Look at that. Frank M. Zuccarelli, the supervisor, just said, asterisk, happy holidays. Asterisk, that's it. That's all he said. Interesting, right? Tiffany, I honestly think they were just playing with you. Girl, I really believe you were telling the truth this whole time. The thing is, if you weren't so off-putting and confrontational all the time, maybe more people would actually care. But anyway, hey y'all, it's your girl J9. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and drop a comment below. I want to know what you think about all this. Because listen, I think I finally figured out how Tiffany ended up in Thornton Township. I kept pointing it out over and over again. Why did Chris Gonzalez say her name that day? Why was her name even in the room during that bid? How did Tiffany even become the Thornton Township supervisor? Like, for real? Was that random? Or did someone put her name in his mouth? I really think I figured it out. I believe this whole thing was calculated, completely strategic on Tiffany's part. She did something right before all of this happened, and I think that's when everything shifted. So, what we're about to watch took place on December 22nd, 2021, and just 3 months later, in March 2022, she becomes a Thornton Township supervisor. But in the video, she's still just a mayor of Dalton, and yet 3 months later, boom, she's holding a whole different title. Let's look at this, and I'll explain exactly how I came to this conclusion. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm uncovering so much stuff right now. Asterisk roll tape. Asterisk, so she's standing there saying, everybody who knows me knows I care about the community. I'm a public servant before anything else. If you need something, I'm always willing to help anyone in need. Okay, fair. Now, this footage is from the Cocoa Times. And y'all, why she got on this mask that says, asterisk, what is that? Mayor. Asterisk like, what? And if you're watching this live, she says, asterisk, if you need food, pull up, I'm not going to turn you away. Asterisk, she says, asterisk, I always advertise Dalton first, because Dalton comes first to me. Then after that, I help anybody else, especially if I've got the resources and supplies. Asterisk, then she says, asterisk, so come on by. Again, we're at Melly Fitness. We're here until 2 p.m. Today, passing out food, passing out hams. I don't have turkeys today. I've got chicken. I also have food boxes. So come on by. Asterisk, so let's pause. At this moment, she's still the mayor of Dalton, right? Not the supervisor of Thornton Township. But where is she standing? Thornton Township. And she's out here acting like she's doing this from her own wallet. Like she's personally giving everything away. But if you know what Thornton Township is, you know it's all about services. Services funded by taxpayer dollars. That's where the money comes from. And here's Tiffany acting like this is her personal charity drive. She's on camera saying, asterisk, get your eat on. Make sure you got a great meal for your family this Christmas. Before you head to the grocery store, like if you're in food for less about to grab that chicken noodle soup, girl, put it back. I've got that in the box. I've got mac and cheese in the box. Some things you don't even have to spend money on today, because I'm giving it to you. Asterisk again, she's still just Mayor Tiffany H. from Dalton. And she ends it with, asterisk, I want to thank everybody for supporting me in the initiatives I brought to this village, and for helping move the village forward. So thank you again, come on out. Asterisk, and y'all, remember this was when that building was still called Melly Fitness, the same building she later turned into that police station. But let's talk about that building for a second. It had an indoor pool, right? And everyone knows when you got a pool indoors, you need to be super careful. You let water just sit on the floor, it's going to evaporate. That moisture rises and it gets trapped up in the ceiling. And what happens then? Mold. That's how you end up with a condemned building. That explains exactly why that entire structure was eventually shut down. The mold situation was real. Black mold, not safe. And now that building is done. Gone. So yeah, lawsuit much? But back to the video. She's like, asterisk, come by and get your food. Asterisk, then you hear someone off camera. Hey Mary, I love you too, girl. One love. She wraps it up by saying, asterisk, help people. If you're in that 10 items or less line, reach back and pay for someone's groceries today. Tell them I sent you. With love. Asterisk, now look at this. Look at the crowd. All these people. Again, this was all before Tiffany became the Thornton Township supervisor. But here she is, already in Thornton Township, operating like she's already in charge, like she owns it, It makes you ask, why? What was she doing there? Setting all this up, acting like this was her turf when she hadn't even gotten position yet. And here's the kicker. There's your superintendent standing next to her, giving out food. And he says, asterisk, we're here with the Honorable Mayor Tiffany Henyard. It's a beautiful day serving the community during the holiday season. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Asterisk, then you see Dalton firemen in uniform, part of the whole scene. He says, asterisk, these are the proud men who serve our village. They're not only here to provide quality public safety and government services, they're here to help too. Asterisk. So yeah, that's what happened just 3 months before Tiffany officially became the Thornton Township supervisor. And she was already out there making big moves on township property, using township resources, and making it look like her own operation. Coincidence? I don't think so. Y'all, drop your thoughts below. I really want to hear what you think, because the deeper I dig, the more it's all starting to make sense. We're out here to make sure we stay connected with the community, especially during the holiday season. This is a time to give back and support those in need, and I want to give a big thank you to Mayor Henyard for leading this initiative. As you can see, our team is working hard, not just responding to emergencies, but also showing up for our residents in a meaningful way. A special shout out to my crew, the hardest working firefighters on the South Side. They are more than just public servants. They are truly part of this community. So thank you guys, and thank you Mayor Henyard for giving us the opportunity to serve. Now, let me take a moment to talk about something that's been going around. Mayor Henyard was out in Kissville handing out these Thornton Township boxes. You know the ones I'm talking about. They say Thornton Township on the side, but don't mention Tiffany Henyard by name. And for good reason. She's not the supervisor. Not yet, at least. Thank God. It's important to remember that we've seen these types of giveaways before. The previous mayor and supervisor were out there doing the same, passing out boxes, delivering them to nursing homes, ensuring that even 90-year-olds didn't have to struggle just to pick one up. That was service. That was humility. They didn't show up at people's cars asking, "Got anything you want to say to me?" They weren't looking for praise. They were focused on actually helping people. This recent display, it felt different, more performative than genuine. While we're still wishing everyone happy holidays and making sure our residents feel supported, we can't ignore how the vibe has changed. It's supposed to be about the people, not the politics. But still, in honor of Mayor Henyard and everyone involved, I want to say, enjoy your family. Happy holidays from the village of Dalton. God bless. Back on that beautiful December 18th, we had Mayor Henyard, myself, Chief McCain, and our dedicated firefighters out there in the community, not just saving lives, but giving back, distributing food, clothing, and supplies to those who truly needed it. I want to thank the mayor for allowing us to be a part of this initiative. It means a lot to serve the people of Dalton alongside such a hard-working team. But now let me get real for a second. Look at this box. It says Thornton Township. It has Frank M. Zuccarelli's name on it. That's right, asterisk supervisor Frank M. Zuccarelli, happy holidays. Asterisk funny, isn't it? Tiffany, girl, remember when they said you couldn't have your name on the boxes? Well, look at this. Seems like someone's been playing games. And honestly, I think you were telling the truth about a lot of it. But the thing is, if you weren't so difficult to deal with, maybe more people would have cared. Let's be honest. Tiffany always had this habit of walking up to your car like she's expecting applause. I did this for you. Anything you want to say to me? Like, no, I didn't come here for that. I came to get the food that I helped pay for through my tax dollars. Stop acting like you're doing me a personal favor just for doing your job. That kind of behavior? That's what she was doing to secure a bigger title. This video was taken on December 22nd, and just a few months later, in March 2022, her name gets called out, just like that. Suddenly, she's in deeper with Thornton Township than anyone realized. She was already working behind the scenes, already planting her flag. She knew what was at stake. The power, the money. The mayor gig just wasn't cutting it anymore. So she went for the supervisor position. And yes, it sounded good. Yes, it felt powerful. But the way she went about it? Manipulative, strategic. She was thinking, what can I do to get that position? She already had the mayor title. She had won, but she still needed more. And instead of doing the work, she tried to prove something that didn't need proving. And guess what? She blew it. That huge opportunity slipped right through her fingers. She probably looks back now wondering if it was all worth it, pretending she was right all the time. For what? And then there's Kamal. I bring him up because he was the only thing she really cared about. That whole mayor title, that power trip, it was about Kamal. The way she talked about him with her daughter, like he was the greatest man alive. Girl, you barely knew him 5 minutes, and already you're acting like he's part of the family. But if you can't even keep your own children safe from strangers who abandon their own families, then don't come around mine. If you don't care about your own daughter's well-being, don't act like you care about mine. Absolutely not. She needs to get herself together. Here's how it all went down. She tricked people, bribed them, made them believe that if they gave her the supervisor role, she'd bring all this mayoral influence with her and make big things happen. What they didn't realize, she had zero power over at Thornton Township, and they definitely didn't know what was really going on with her in Dalton. Basically, she lied her way in. That's the bottom line. She played the game, fooled the right people, and secured the bag. But in the end, she lost it all. That's how Tiffany operates. Fast talk, big promises, and no follow-through. She'll show you how to hustle and how to fumble it all. So while we're out here making sure the people of Dalton are supported, I just want to say again, thank you to my team, the hardest working firefighters on the South Side. You are truly the heart of this community. And thank you, Mayor Henyard, for allowing us to serve. But let this be a lesson. Power doesn't mean a thing if it's not used with humility, integrity, and care. Because when you chase a title instead of the purpose, you might get your name called, but it won't be remembered for the right reasons. Y'all behave now, because I'm not doing it. But you already know that. Mama loves you. Yes, she does. Peace out. Left, left.